Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I hope you're ready to hear a story because I am just bursting to tell one. The question is, though, which one do I tell? There are so many stories. It's near bedtime. Maybe I could do a bedtime story.
Hey, Book Girl, there's someone at the door. Maybe they have an idea. Open it, open it.
Thanks, doorbell. Let's see who it is. Oh, that's funny. There's nobody there. Hi there.
Hi, Book Girl. Tell me a story about kangaroos. I love kangaroos.
Oh, thank you for stopping by. I love kangaroos, too. And I have just the story for you. So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Paka. Paka was a normal girl in every way, except one. You see, every time Paka sneezed, she didn't just go, achoo! No, every time Paka sneezed, a kangaroo jumped out of her nose. Paka thought it was pretty nice to have a little kangaroo.
A kangaroo out of her nose? That's silly.
I know, Clarence, but sometimes the silliest stories are the most fun to tell. Now, the only problem was that Paka was a little bit messy, and her room was covered in dust. And one day, when her and her little kangaroo were in her room playing, they were jumping on the bed, and a big cloud of dust blew up. And you know what happened next? I bet you do.
Yeah, I do.
The big cloud of dust blew up and up and up until it reached Paka's funny little nose. It tickled a bit, then a bit more, until finally, achoo! And another kangaroo appeared. Achoo! Another kangaroo. Achoo! 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 Soon the whole house was bouncing with little kangaroos. And if you think one kangaroo likes to jump, 100 kangaroos like to jump 100 times more. Well, with all that jumping, the house began to move. Every time the kangaroos jumped, the house jumped. Every time the house jumped, there was more dust to make Paka sneeze. And every time Paka sneezed, achoo! There was more kangaroos. And every time there was more kangaroos, oh, well, I think you understand.
So what happened?
Well, to this very day, Paka is still sneezing, and the house is still jumping. So, if you see a little house bounce by with a little girl inside, that's Paka, the funny little girl who should have cleaned up her room. The end. Oh, Clarence, that was a really fun story to tell, but it tired me out.
Me too. But that's okay, because it's time to go. Thanks for telling us the story, Book Girl.
You're welcome, Clarence. And we will see you at the next Once Upon a Time in my special book. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book. And I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And I'm kind of sleepy today, so I'm in the mood for a nice, quiet story. I hope you are, too.
It's story time. I love story time. And what story are you going to tell us today, Book Girl?
I have a great one for you, Clarence, but I need to get something first.
What you doing, Book Girl?
Well, today's story is about great big hugs, so I needed somebody to hug. Mr. Bear should do just fine. Are you ready, Clarence?
Ready.
Now, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Mio. Every night before Mio went to bed, she loved to hug everyone in her family. Mio loved to get hugs. They made her feel warm and safe, and she wanted that feeling to never end. She not only liked when she got hugs, she loved when she gave hugs. So, the next morning, she gave the mailman a hug when he came to the door.
Why, thank you, Mio, said the mailman. I think it's going to be a good day.
And he walked away whistling a happy tune. And then at school, she gave her friend a hug.
Oh, thank you, Mio. Thank you for the hug.
And she walked away singing a happy song. Later that night, after Mio had hugged everyone in her family and had finally gone to bed, she sat in her bed thinking about how happy she could make everybody in the world if she could hug everyone. And the more she thought, the sadder she got. Even if I hug everyone in the world, starting really early in the morning and ending really late at night, there's no way I can hug everyone. And then she fell asleep, and she began to have a dream. She dreamt that her hands started to grow and grow and grow. They got so long that she couldn't see her hands. They stretched out and out of the house and down the street, across the oceans and the mountains, until finally, they wrapped all the way around the world. Mio squeezed and squeezed, giving everyone the biggest hug of her little life. The next morning, Mia woke up, and she remembered her dream. But then she was off to school. And when she got to school, everybody was happy. The teachers were happy. The boys didn't tease the girls. Even the mean boy said, "Good day, Mio." Had she really done it, thought Mio? Did I really make the world a happier place with my hug? Mio never had the dream again. But that didn't matter, because from that day on, everyone seemed happier. And that made Mio happier too. And that was what she wished for in the first place. The end.
That was a great story, Bucko. I love to get hugs just as much as Mio.
Well then, Clarence, I'm going to have to give you a great big hug.
Oh, Bucko, thanks for the hug, but it's time to go.
That's right, but we will see you next Once Upon a Time in my special book. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book too. So come on in. It's story time! It's story time! And it's almost lunchtime, and I am ready to tell a story. But I am getting kind of hungry. Do you have any idea where my lunch is at, Clarence?
No, sorry, Bucko.
What about you, Mailbox?
No, sorry.
Huh. Doorbell?
Well, I think it might be above me. Check the drawer. Look.
Okay, thanks, Doorbell. Let's have a see. It is there. And it reminds me of a really good story to tell about a little boy and his lunch.
That sounds like a funny story. I like stories about food.
Me too, Clarence. So, get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Diego. Diego had just started school, and one of his favorite things about starting school was that he got to bring his lunch every day. He would look inside, and there it was, another cheese sandwich. Every day a cheese sandwich. He liked the bread. That was okay. He liked the cheese. That was okay. But you put the two together, and, well, so he put ketchup on it. Yuck. And then he put relish on it. Yuck. Then he put ketchup, relish, and vinegar on it.
Double yuck.
So Diego decided to never eat another cheese sandwich ever again. And he walked away and went to his classroom. But then, his stomach, it started to rumble.
And grumble.
And bumble. And he thought, I'm hungry. I think I might just have a little bitsy tiny weeny bite of my cheese sandwich. So he went back to the lunchroom, and there was a little girl nibbling away on his sandwich. Why would you want to eat that? Said Diego. It's cheese. I like cheese sandwiches. They're way better than the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches I get, said the girl. Peanut butter and jelly? I love peanut butter and jelly, said Diego. And that was that. From that day on, Diego ate peanut butter and jelly and the little girl ate cheese, and they were both as happy can be. The end. Oh, Clarence, talking about all those sandwiches made me really hungry for mine. You want a bite?
No thanks, Book Girl. I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but that sure was a great story.
Thanks, Clarence.
Uh-oh, Book Girl, time to go. But don't worry, guys, because we'll be back.
That's right. We will see you next, Once Upon a Time, right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time, and it's raining outside. So I wonder what story I should tell today. Which one? Clarence, do you have any ideas for a story today?
I don't think so, Book Girl, but you better think of a story soon because it's story time and I can't wait.
Someone's at the door. Maybe they can help. Hi there.
Hi, Book Girl. Here's a rhyme. Rain, rain, go away. Come again another day. Little Johnny wants a place. Rain, rain, go away.
Thank you. You helped me figure out a story for today. Are you ready, Clarence?
Ready, Book Girl.
Good. So get comfy, find your listening spot, and let's have some fun. Once upon a time, there was a little bird named Gilbert. And like all little birds, Gilbert loved to fly and play. And sometimes that meant getting dirty. I think you need to wash your face, Gilbert, said his grandma. Aw, Grandma! You see, Gilbert didn't like to wash his face. So, when his grandma wasn't looking, he turned on the tap, and off he flew. He flew and he flew, but then he forgot something very important. He forgot to turn off the water.
Oh, no!
So the water spilled out of the sink and onto the floor, and it started to rise higher and higher. And in the meantime, Gilbert was flying higher and higher, happy as happy can be. So he didn't notice the water. He didn't notice the cows who had to float on their backs.
Cows on their backs? That's silly.
He didn't notice the dogs who had to flee to the trees. He didn't notice that the water went way past their knees. But he did notice this. Gilbert! That was his grandma. So down, down, down Gilbert flew, and then he noticed it. Where did all this water come from, Grandma? Well, Gilbert, you left the water running when you should have been cleaning your face. And this is what happened.
Oh, no, Book Girl. What's Gilbert gonna do?
This is the best part, Clarence. You see, Gilbert realized he made a mistake, and he wanted to make it better. So he thought, what can I do? All I can do is fly. And then, because Gilbert thought really hard, he had an idea. He flew way past his grandma. He flew past the clouds, up and up until he got to the sun. Mr. Sun, will you help me? Said Gilbert.
Of course I will, little one.
And help the sun did. He glowed and he shone. He dried up the water until it was gone. The end. You see, Clarence, Gilbert knew he made a mistake, and he figured out a way to make it better. Now that's a happy ending.
Well, I'm glad it worked out, but it's time to go.
That's right. We will see you next, Once Upon a Time, in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Book Girl, and this is my special book, and I want it to be your special book, too. So come on in. It's story time, and today I am not going to tell a story.
But, Book Girl, it's story time. You always tell us a story. It's story time.
Don't worry, Clarence. I'm not going to tell a story, but I'm going to tell you how you can tell your own story. You want to see how? Hi, Story Stuff.
Hello, Book Girl.
Do you mind if I open you up and see if there are any stories inside?
Sure, book girl.
I'm sure you must have a drawer or a toy box at home where there are great stories inside. Let's have a peek. Oh!
Book girl, you're tickling me.
Oh, sorry, story stuff. Ha! A ball of yarn. What could we pretend this is? Pretending is one of my favorite things. It's what you do when you take one thing and you make believe it's something else. Like, this yarn could be a bowl of spaghetti if you wanted it to be. There's somebody at the door. Let's see who it is. Hi there.
Hi, book girl. I have a rhyme for you. The incy wincy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried out all the rain. And the incy wincy spider went up the spout again.
Thank you for your rhyme. It's one of my favorites. And it gave me a really good idea of a story to tell.
How did you get an idea for a story about that, book girl?
Well, it's easy. Spiders like to spin webs. And webs look just like yarn. So I can pretend I'm the itsy-bitsy spider spinning my own web.
Watch out, book girl. You're going to get stuck.
No, I won't, Clarence, because I am a tightrope walker at the circus.
What you don't fall, book girl? What are you going to do now?
I am going to take a voyage on the sea. Won't you come aboard my SS Book Girl?
That's not a ship. That's your bed.
Not anymore, story stuff. I'm a pirate, and I'm on a pirate ship, sailing the high seas looking for buried treasure.
Aye, aye, Captain.
There, you got it, story stuff. See, this is where stories come from. My bed here can be anything. It can be a boat, or an airplane, or a car. And this ball of yarn can be a spider's web, or spaghetti, or a tightrope. It can be anything you want it to be.
Now everyone can make up their own stories.
That's right, Clarence. All you need to do is use your imagination and pretend. And that's where stories come from. And there is nothing like a good story.
Time to go, book girl.
Oh, well.
But don't worry, 'cause we'll be back.
That's right. We'll be back for the next Once Upon a Time right here in my special book.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.